Here is a Crest 8600 ceiling fan. This is a very important childhood ceiling fan to me, and I would say this is in the top three, if not the most sought after fan from my collection. This is like the holy grail of my ceiling fan collection. There was one of these in polished brass in my aunt and uncle's kitchen back in the 2000s, and I loved this thing. It was my favorite fan in their house. I saw this surface on Facebook Marketplace and I flipped out. I immediately called the lady. I said, I'll give you double the asking price. I need you to ship this thing or whatever, the whole 9 yards. And she did. And she sends it, and she was really good. She was on, she was reasonable. She made sense. She got everything set up correctly. Shipping price was reasonable. And I go down to the office today to pick it up because it came in the second I was watching the tracking. The second it came in, I was going out of the house, going down to the office to pick it up. And I get it, and I had it. I brought it home, and I just spent the last 3 hours on the computer looking through old pictures, trying to find as many pictures as I can of the original fan that was in the kitchen. I got a whole bunch of pictures of this whole presentation set up. I was going to go on the computer and show all these pictures that I found of the fan that I grew up around, and then we were going to open this on video. And I says, I'm going to open it first before I do the video. And I just have to say, this is one of the most, we're in like the most disappointing 15 minutes of my life over the last several years. This is the wrong one. This one's antique brass. I was moving way too quick when this surfaced, and I didn't look at the pictures close enough to see that this one is antique brass, and the one that my aunt and uncle had was polished brass. Now, part of me is not even all that upset because I didn't even pay $100 for this. It was pretty cheap. The lady set up the shipping really well. I think it only cost like $25 to ship it here. And it's still going to be an absolutely stunning piece in the living room, even in antique brass. But it's not the right one. I can't believe this. I thought I was actually going to finally acquire this thing. I've been looking for one of these for the better portion of a decade. And I've never like requested people look for anything for me because I don't, whatever, I'll do it myself. I don't need people to do that. But I'm just going to put this out there. I've never done this before. I'm going to put a separate post for this. If you have one of these, or you can track one down that's new in the box, polished brass, I will give $250 for one of these things, plus whatever it costs to get it here. Send me an email. I'll put the address in the box if one surfaces, or if you have one. That's how bad I'm looking for one of these things. It's the Crest 8600 series in polished brass. Now, the one good thing that came out of this, well, actually two good things came out of it. Number one is I have at least a variant of it, but number two is now I know what it is. I didn't know the brand, I didn't know the model, and so I'm searching for this thing, not using good terminology because I didn't know what it was. Now I can search for this very specifically, and at least now if one comes up somewhere, I might have a good chance in actually finding it because I know what to search for. Now, I kind of had a hunch that something was too good to be true, because at the same time, within a couple days, surfaces this. This is, I'm fairly certain, the fan that my aunt and uncle had in the porch in the same house. And again, I just spent all this time looking at pictures to put all together and show on the computer and then say, oh, here's the fans in the pictures. And that whole thing just flopped. But this fan, and I'm kind of going more off memory on this one because I don't have a good picture. I've got good pictures of this one, but this one, the fan was on a porch, and I remember that the motor was black. It had the stamped pretzel brackets. I remember the globe was the same one here in the picture, and it was all white. There's other, this is a very generic looking fan. There's other ones that look similar. I'll be able to tell as soon as I turn it on if it's the same one because it had a very distinct sound to it, and I can remember that sound like it was yesterday. But this one I'm pretty sure is the correct one. Well, let's open these up and take a look. This is not the right one, and I am so disappointed by this, but I am still going to use it. I'm still glad I bought it, and it's still going to look great. It's just not the right one. The first piece I took out was the down rod. And I said, wait a minute, is it just blurry because the plastic film? And I said, nope, it's stinking antique brass. So it's got the grommets in there, kind of like Hunter used to do. I wonder if these were better quality fans to be using that. I don't know. I'm not that familiar with Crest. Here's the 6 cane blades. The cane is like a kind of a smaller design than usual. I remember the blades are very skinny, and these blades are very skinny. The fan didn't move much air at all. That's kind of why I tend to think it's probably not very good quality, but I do remember that it was very quiet. Now this canopy is pretty large. It's got the hole for the swag kit. I don't recall the canopy being this large. I do recall it being flush mount like that. But I wonder either if there were multiple variants of this that had different canopies, or because the fan itself is so massive with the 6 blades, maybe this just looks small in comparison once it's assembled. Here's the document. Here's the motor. It looks like the finish has saved or stored very well. It's in pretty good condition. It's a little bit dusty, but it's in nice shape. Let's see if we got bearing noise. Nope, no bearing noise. It is a small motor. It can't be more than like a 153 by 15 maybe. Definitely a small motor, especially for something with six large blades on it. Does this have a date on there? 1987. I'm trying to think of when the house was built. I don't know if the house was built in 87, but I would be willing to bet that at least the 3 other fans in the house were also from 87 then. And chances are they were probably Crest too. I bet they all came from the same store. Here's the top of the motor housing. It's in very good condition. And here's the bottom. This is also in very good condition. It's just a wrong finish. here's the information, the specifications. So, let's see here. The 42-inch model allegedly pushes 5,890 CFM, and the 52-inch model allegedly pushes 7,750 CFM. Yeah, there's no shot that it actually does that. No way. 200 RPM. I don't think it went that fast either. Well, as I've said before, these CFM ratings in these things I think are totally worthless. They vary by the thousands per manufacturer per decade. There's the irons. Oh dear. Well, this plastic is showing some aging there. But these are all individually wrapped. They're in pretty good shape as well. And the pitch is very shallow. I mean, I really just don't see how this could move. Oh, I know it doesn't move that much air because I remember it was always very weak. And between the motor, the blade size, the pitch on the brackets, it all would add up to being a weak feeling. So we might actually have to wait until summer to use this, because in the living room I need something that moves good air, push the heat back down. I suppose I could throw it up in the bedroom though. I don't need a lot of air movement in there right now. Well, oh man, that is so disappointing. I can't believe that. I really thought I had finally got it. Unreal. Well, the hunt continues for the Crest 8600 in polished brass. And I'm not kidding. $250 for anyone that can produce one. Has to be in good shape though. It can't be all beat up or something. $250 for a good one. So now we'll move on to the Paragon, which I'm pretty sure is the right thing. This one I think has never even been opened. This was installed on it was like a screened in covered porch. It was in terrible condition and the blades were all weathered and messed up from being in the elements. This one also moved no air, but I'm not sure if that was because it was a piece of junk or because of the blades or because of both. Probably a combination of both. There's information in here which is personal to me. This cost $27. I wonder if this has a date code. I'd be very curious to know when this is from. I suppose it could be from '87. Why is this zoomed in so much? This seems more like a 90s product to me, but yeah, 87 is not that far from the 90s. So let's see here, the blades. Looks like this plastic broke. There's some serious yellowing on here, so this was either in an attic or a basement. Nice cheesy little skinny blades, that's as I remember it. Never took it apart, don't know what the bracket looked like. The pull fibs, I don't remember what it had on there for the pull fibs. Probably something like this. These are plastic. Here's the globe. I don't remember the globe having a texture like that. Or maybe it did, I don't know. I don't have a good picture of this, so this is going exclusively off memory, and the memories are getting to be 20 years old now, so they're fading, but let's see, was it 20 years ago? 15 to 20 in that range, yeah. But this is the same style for sure. Like I said, once we turn it on, then I'll know for sure. And the housing, that looks right. Even that's kind of yellowed now. And then here's the motor. It's like oil leaked out of here or something. Yeah, the motor looks like I remember it. Is there a data sheet on here? Is there? Here it is. It's the 42-inch ceiling fan, 0195, so probably from 1995. There's the upside down informations. Just turn your computer screen upside down if you want to read those. Bearings are still good. I never remember it making any bearing noise. I'm missing a screw here. Sitting in the box somewhere? It's got to be. This was never opened. Come with an extra screw maybe? Here's the brackets. Those are as I remember them. These motor screws do not look like a standard size. They look a little bit smaller than usual. So I really would prefer if one's not missing. But I think it's the case that one is missing. Man. Jeez, is this one going to turn out to be a disappointment too? What the heck is going on here? How this is held together? Now, I can probably take one of the screws to like the Home Depot and see if I can find something that matches. I don't see any motor screws in here. I only see the blade screws. Which would make sense because the motor screws are supposed to be screwed into the motor. Well, what do you know? We are 2 for 2 on the failures here with these ceiling fans from my uncle's house. Gosh, you've got to be kidding. It's missing a screw. Ugh. Well, so this one's missing parts, and the other one is the wrong. Oh, wait a minute. Here's the washer. I find it hard to believe that it's not in the box because It was sealed. Something just fell. Normally that would annoy me, but hopefully that was the screw. I wonder, did it fall into one of these boxes? I don't know, I don't see a screw, but these boxes are not exactly organized either. I'll have to take everything out of this box and search for it later. I'm not going to do that at this hour. I wouldn't be surprised if it did fall in here, because I don't see how the screw could have gotten out of the sealed box. Stupider things have happened, but I still would find that pretty hard to believe. On the floor here, I'm pretty sure I heard it hit the box. Oh, wait a minute. This might be it. That's it. Okay, crisis averted. I'm going to put all this stuff away for tonight. See if we can not break the thing in the process. Oh, now this doesn't shut. Let's see how else this could possibly, does it go like that? You know what, I'm going to get another bag to put all those in, a bag that will shut. I don't think those screws disappearing. I spent a lot of time cleaning up yesterday, and I remember putting in the basket a bag somewhere else, and now I don't know where it is. Well, that's just great. This bag is here. It's way too big, but we're using it. Okay, well, that was a disappointing evening for ceiling fans, but at least I got one of them that's correct, and one of them that's super nice, just not the right one. Quick addendum to the video. I was correct in my theory that there are multiple versions. I just typed Crest 8600 into eRipoff, now that I know what the model number is, and this is what came up. And again, I almost flipped out and bought it in a second, but I said, hold on, wait a minute, go figure, this one's stinking antique brass as well. But some more information that I now know. The light kit that was on the fan is stock. It comes with the fan. This is the exact configuration that was in my aunt and uncle's kitchen. It had this light, it had the normal size canopy, and it had normal looking cane blades. This is the exact configuration. If you can get me this new in the box, $250.